broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh.
AFTERBUZZ TV.
We have our music.
My first nomination is...
Oh my God!
You know what?
Yes.
I say we just
Yes.
go.
Well, you know what? It fits kind of the week.
It was a mess.
The week was a mess.
It was a big old mess.
So welcome to Big Brother 17 After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. And as we said, it was a crazy week. So we're so excited to get into this. We can't wait. I'm James Lott Jr. and I am one of your two super fan co-hosts.
Oh, come on now.
You are. You're
not one. You're not one half. You're 3/4. I'm just a little like.
I don't think so.
No.
You are a super fan.
I am. I'm a super fan. I've been watching the feeds all week.
Ooh.
I'm not kidding. I sat in bed for 4 hours watching the feeds and eating pizza.
Oh, okay.
This is not a joke. Like, I did that. Okay. And I was in my mother's house. I was, like, visiting my mom. And she went to bed. I watched the feeds for 4 hours.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that means I don't have much.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to really comment on that right now.
It's pathetic.
Because you're a nice guy.
Hi, guys. I'm John Manganello. And obviously, I need you to follow me because I don't have much going on in my life, except, I guess, the internet. You can follow me at Johnny Mangs on Instagram and Twitter. And you can also follow me just around the world.
Around the world. All the interwebs, around the world, everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yeah. Just, like, ask me where I am. I'll text you a location. And then you can, like, walk behind me.
Scary talk. You can find me on Twitter at Black Hope LA, and that's BLAKHOPELA, because they wouldn't let me have the C in black.
Who wouldn't?
They wouldn't. They.
Oh.
Someone else had it.
They.
You know they. So first we want to say a shout out, of course, to our two co-hosts there. They're on vacation now, apparently.
Yeah, living it up.
Yeah, I see all the pictures. Nicholas and Lauren, we miss you.
We miss you guys. Mwah. Do you think they're watching live?
You better be watching live. Look at all the cameras. Better look watching live. You better be watching live.
I told them to. I said, watch live and tweet at us at hashtag ABTV Big Brother.
Big Brother, that's right. It's ABTV Big Brothers. For all of you, please, some of you know, we do engage back. We talk all the time. This show goes on every day, so we're always on there talking about it.
Remember, I don't have a life.
so please talk to him.
I just comment on your I comment back to your comments.
And on that note, I want to thank all of you. We all want to thank all of you for making our shows penetrate the top 10 of all Big Brother after shows on iTunes.
What?
We're number 6 and number 9. That's crazy. 6 and 9. Girl. I love that. And apparently season 14's after shows were the most popular.
Season 14 was a good season.
It was a good season. So I was like, we made it in there, though. We made it in.
Okay, but I will tell you this.
Tell me.
We're going to just keep rising.
That's right. We're
going to keep climbing that mountain of Big Brother after shows.
That's right. We're going to be number 1. Make us number 1. So make sure you rate us, like us.
Wait, this means there's 5 more popular after shows?
Yeah. Old ones.
That doesn't make me feel special.
We just started.
That's true. We have a long way to go.
Right. And thank you for the YouTube likes and views, because on our first one, we're almost at 5,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you so much, because we really do enjoy it. We're not just hosts. We're fans.
Oh, yeah, we are.
All right, so let's dig right on in.
All right, you guys. We had a busy week, starting all the way last Thursday when Becky and Shelley won HOH.
Yes, the women.
I was proud of them.
So was I. I was very proud of them. You know, they look kind of alike to me sometimes. I had to remember which one's Becky, which one's Shelley.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
Becky's the one that got hit by a train.
Oh, my God. That was the best. That whole conversation.
By the way, there's a great hashtag called, I think, Becky Updates. I'll double check on that on Twitter.
Okay.
And it's just funny updates about what Becky's doing in the house.
I love what she said. And after all of that, I am a basic bitch. She was like, I am just a basic bitch. I love, because nobody really uses it for a good thing. And she was like, after all that, I'm just a basic bitch now. That's it. I couldn't stop laughing so hard.
I'm growing to like her.
She's from Rado. as Jace called it.
Rado, what part of Rado are you from? And then
Jace.
Shelley ended up nominating Day and John.
Yes.
Becky nominated Steve and Jason.
Yes.
I did not like that she nominated Jason because I like Jason,
Yes.
and I didn't like that she nominated Steve because I think Steve is getting sort of unfairly outcast in this.
He is, but then I'm looking at Steve. He's a good player, I think. I think he's a sleeper player.
Did I keep saying Steven? I meant Steve.
What is your name? Is it Steve or Steven? Make it
I
Steve.
think it's Steve, and I'm just trying to be formal about it.
There's nothing formal about Big Brother. You should know that by now.
I think it is very formal, and I think
Not at all.
I dress up when I watch it.
Do you wear a
I wear a
tuxedo?
suit and tie. Yeah.
Oh, do you really? Wow. Actually, you look good in a suit and tie, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I would tell you that I think Steve is a sleeper player. I think he can make it for a long way.
I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
But I don't think people are very nice to him.
They're not nice. They're not nice to
Especially
him.
On the live feeds, people are really mean to
really?
him. I don't like that.
It's unnecessary, actually. Why are you being mean?
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
get
always
it.
vote for the underdog.
I kind of do too on some level. And speaking of underdogs, I'm kind of feeling John now. I know I said I did not like him the last 2 episodes, but I'm kind of his yelling into everything.
Do you want to hear my John impression?
Ooh, please do it.
Not Johnny Mangs, Johnny Mac.
Yes, he has all these Johns.
He's like, oh man, I didn't even have to throw that competition. What?
That was good.
Oh, what, man? I'm working on it.
He is. I mean,
He's crazy.
By the end of this season, he's gonna have it down. He's gonna have it totally down. He's gonna be the other John.
Oh man, I don't know. Okay,
I just he's growing on me now, kind of. He's actually a strong player.
yeah,
kind
I mean,
of.
he won POV this week.
Yes, he did. So they were smart to actually, even though I love my girl Davon, they were smart to actually nominate her.
I agree.
And nominating her and Jason separately was actually smart. Also, breaking up that kind of alliance.
And I must say, I'm very happy that Audrey wasn't nominated. Not because I don't think Audrey's crazy, because she's cray-cray.
She went gone crazy.
But
yes.
I actually think it's a good move. Actually, a move I haven't seen made in, not that I can remember, and I'm sure it has been made, but I just can't remember it being made since All Stars, where Dr. Will kept Janelle in the house, wanted Janelle to stay in the house, because he knew that if there was a bigger target in the house, she would always be, number one victim, number one villain, the first the biggest target in the house. And I think it's very smart for Shelley to say, you know what, we're going to strike a deal with Audrey, gain some trust, gain some points, and keep her safe, so that way people won't come after us, they'll come after this bigger target in the house.
Well, side note, this is completely a side note for all you guys. I love Dr. Will. I loved him both seasons. But see, later on that season, that epic speech where he asked them to vote for him out. That speech. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
I just watched it the other day.
Oh my God. It's still in my brain. It's still in my, that speech is it's just, oh my God. It was crazy talk and brilliance at the same time.
Yeah.
And they all just sat there just oh my God, he's just crazy.
I think Shelley actually made a smart move, and Shelley and Clay are annoying me. I just think they're cliquey, and they got big-headed this week.
A little too soon.
Well, yeah, and you know what happens? You're HOH one week, and then you're not. And I think they're in danger this week, but maybe we shouldn't get so far ahead of ourselves.
But I'm with you on that.
So then the BOB happened, the Battle of the Block, and Steve and Jason took themselves off.
Yes, they did.
Shelley, the HOH.
Yes.
No longer Becky.
No longer Becky, but Becky was she felt pretty safe, though. She didn't none of them were really worried, because they all knew the big target was Davon.
I think it's nice also when, I would say this.
Okay.
It is nice when you have co-HOHs to
Yes.
sort of guarantee safety to the HOH who gets dethroned.
Yeah, I think you won fair and square. I mean, you fought in the competition. You got the HOH.
I would hate to see someone be HOH and then be nominated and be evicted.
Yeah. No, it hasn't happened yet, has it?
I don't think it happened
They started doing that. I don't think it lasted last. If it did, please hashtag us, ABTV Big Brother, and tell us what's happened.
I'm not texting. I'm looking at your tweets.
Look at the tweets. Or on the chat roll and YouTube under our thing. Let us know if it did happen at all. I don't think it did. I think so far it's been kind of fair. It's just they just gone to they had somebody else in mind, so they didn't really worry about who was HOH a second ago.
Correct.
So I think it's fine. So, but here's the thing. I want to mention this because this happened because again a lot happened this week, and Sunday was no exception. Speaking of Audrey being cray-cray, the house meeting that Davon called, it was hilarious.
That was great.
Where she called everybody in, and they decided to confront Audrey. And say, all roads lead to Audrey. That's what they found out that time. And I think they all kind of saw how crazy she was.
I mean, Audrey is insane, which is actually, I think, too bad, because I wish I could have sided with the trans house guests. And we had a comment, I wasn't here last week, but there was a comment. Somebody said, why are you saying Audrey's brave?
Right. And Lauren did good, but what do you have to say on that? I think she did a good rebuttal.
Oh, did she respond?
She did respond. We were saying that, we said that she was brave for just being on the show, coming out the way she's carrying herself as a trans person, but as in gameplay, we agree she's crazy.
Exactly. And I think the thing is, it is brave to go on national TV when there are trans people who are being killed.
Yes.
When there are trans people who are being ridiculed online, in the media. It is brave. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to disagree with that commenter, and I appreciate you commenting to us, but I do think that is brave. What I don't think is brave is her craziness.
Right. And the fact that we're not really trying to be soft on her either, because especially, well, me and Johnny especially, we're big fans of the game, so we like the gameplay, so we are watching her as a player, right? We're
exactly. And I think it would be unfair for us to treat her any differently than the other house guests.
I agree.
Because then we'd be saying, oh, well, because she's trans, we're going to give her, the benefit of the doubt, and that's not right either.
No, sure isn't. At all.
And actually, Day sort of commented on that. She said nobody wants to nominate Audrey because no one wants to be vilified by America as the anti-trans house guest. I don't know, though. I think Shelley didn't nominate Audrey for a totally different reason.
I agree, too. I think really wanted Davon out. I think they were just gunning for her, and that was the backdooring plan. Their focus was her, not really Audrey. And I think in some cases too, sometimes on some of the seasons, when a person's crazy, they do keep them along a little longer because they're like, well, they're crazy and volatile, so we want to get rid of them that fast.
They're going to self-combust.
Right, exactly. So I think there's almost a safety in that, right? We're like, well, that person's kind of, you don't know what they're going to do every day. But they're kind of crazy, so don't have to worry. Everybody knows that person's crazy, so they're not worried about her or him, whoever the person who's playing. So I think they're like, Davon's much more methodical. I mean, the way she's been carrying herself, I mean, this week she carried herself really well. She did her best.
I think that she definitely did, and I'm just so sad to see Davon go.
Yeah. But the thing is, she did play a little too hard, and I think starting on Sunday, I mean, I guess she was trying to be real and trying to cover her bases because things were being spread out there. Vanessa was part of that for a minute. They were always being spread. She wanted to get everybody in the room together so she could say, hi, I'm Davon, I'm real, I'll talk to you in front of your face and behind you, I'll do both. But it's almost giving away too much. Almost, I think, they're all kind of doing that a little bit this season. Yeah, it's a little emotional. Yes. Not all the players, but the ones that we see, the ones that are given the most TV time, you're right, it's too emotional. Yeah, a little too emotional, a little too personal. I mean, I know it's a personal game and it's a game, but I think it's like, it's still early on. Exactly. You don't have to play that hard. You shouldn't play that hard. If you watch any of the seasons, you know what happens. Right. Rarely does a person who plays hard at the beginning make it to the end. Right. And if they do, they get voted out in Final 3 because you played hard all season, right, so you're going to beat me. Right. I can't take you to Final 2. And you have to always keep in mind, if you make it to the Final 2 or 3, I know certain seasons they did 3 finalists, I guess. Did they do that last season? Was it 3? Well, I see what you're saying. Yes, and the live show now they're doing Final 3. Yeah, 3. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that who gets in the jury is going to watch every movie made from day one. They're going to watch every movie you made if they can remember that far back by then. But the folks that get into the jury house and all that stuff, they're going to watch. They're going to say, well, in the beginning you played really hard. They're going to watch everything you did. Yeah. As they make their vote when they put the key in at the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think you have to balance not being a floater, but not being a crazy player. Yes. You have to be somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. And that's why I appreciate a good Big Brother player, because you really do have to balance that. Yeah, but I would say they're really being smart. I mean, I said on the first show I thought Jace would go far, and he's gone. And I was wondering about Davon. I was like, okay, if she holds it together, she could make it far, like a Danielle Reyes or somebody. She could make it far. And so far, I just saw her really carry. So we'll talk more about that, of course, as the show goes on today. But she just really carried herself really well, and she was like really trying to hustle and work it out. She had some good plans, just didn't work, but she had some good plans. I mean, some gameplay is happening. Then John went on to win the veto. Yes, he did. I was like, thank you. Well, okay, first back at the Battle of Block. So, of course, he threw the Battle of Block. I am so confused about this. Okay. Did he throw it? He said he did. But he also said, oh, man, I didn't even have to throw it. Right, but I think he still threw it, but then she wasn't then she was like a dead, I mean, Devon was like a dead weight. I mean, she couldn't really do nothing. Right.
So yeah, he definitely didn't help her win.
Right. There you go. Right.
Which I get. That sort of sucked, but I get why he did that. He didn't want to make enemies.
No, I get it too. It's a shame because now I'm liking both of them. I felt bad for her because it was uneven. She couldn't fight as hard as she could have because he was literally connected to her.
Exactly. That was funny. But first of all, Clay and Shelly, or as the internet is calling them, Chelly.
Chelly. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Shelly, they were bullies this week.
They were.
And I don't think either one of them is that smart of a player.
No, not really.
Shelly is the brains behind Chelly.
Yes, I agree with you on that one.
But I don't. They're both rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah, it's like they're in their throne. Like
they asked John to not use his veto. Do you know how many times that's been done? Like 1 or 2 times. And it was Dick did it on Danielle because she was his daughter.
Yes, right.
Like, let's calm down. Remember how well that went over when Marcellus decided not to use the veto?
I mentioned that at first. Yes, I know that one. Yes.
So forget about it. Don't ever ask someone who wins the veto to not use it. You're an idiot. And the veto winner has more power than the HOH because the veto winner not only gets to take themselves off and compete in the HOH next week, but they also get to vote, whereas the HOH doesn't.
Right.
So don't piss off the veto winner.
I agree with that one. And he explained that really well. That is very true. They are the ones really holding a lot of cards in their favor.
And so the the replacement nominee was Meg.
So it was okay. So they had a couple of things happen before that, which is kind of funny. That Austin all of a sudden decided to join the fray because we don't really know much about Austin that much, except that he had the bro code with Jason. Thank God that's done. He decided to start making some kind of story up, and decided that to help get Meg on.
Yeah, he said that you have to put someone from their side, meaning Jason, Meg, James, that group, against Devon. Otherwise, the house will flip and keep Devon safe, which is actually smart of him.
Smart, because I don't know much about him, so I don't kind of...
He made up that story, didn't he?
He made it up.
I didn't see it on the feeds, but what they showed online, or excuse me, on the TV show, he made that up.
Yeah, he made it up. He said I'm going to do a little lie.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like rusty on that part of the episode.
No, he did say that. He goes, I'm going to tell a little lie and go up there and talk to them. So, he admitted it to us. I see. To us. I mean, he admitted it in the diary or whatever.
To me and James Lott Jr.
Personally.
He called us up from that phone booth in the Big Brother house.
He did. He's like, "Hi, what's going on?" So he said that. So they kind of fell into it. It was kind of smart because she's I call her a floater already. She's not really
Meg.
Yeah, it's not much of anything.
Yeah, I think when you called her a floater while we were watching earlier, I was like, yeah, I think it's a little too early to know she's a floater.
That's my prediction.
You do? You think so?
Because she's nice enough. And in the competition, she's okay. She's not anything spectacular or horrible so far. I just have a feeling that she's non-threatening.
It's interesting, though, because there is a difference in my mind between a floater and a well-liked house guest.
Okay.
Because I think right now Meg is a well-liked house guest.
She is right now, well, definitely. We agree on that, yeah. Some make it far.
She doesn't become a floater. People always called Andy in Big Brother 15 a major floater.
Okay.
I totally disagree with that.
I didn't think he was a floater either. He actually played.
He played, I know. But he looked like he was everyone's friend, which to me is the most genius way to play.
Oh, exactly.
But yeah, that's interesting. We'll see what happens with Meg.
I know it's too soon, but I make predictions here and there, and I just have a feeling. But what I loved about this whole thing was the HOHs really weren't that in sync when this whole thing came about. One wanted Audrey out, and one wanted Day out, and so it was kind of like when Becky got off. And they go back into the fold with the rest of the peasants. It was like, oh well, screw her. So I still want to get Davon out. Yeah. So it was like I am singularly focused, and that is it.
And I think that's actually going to come back to bite her.
I think it is too,
because it shows that Shelly's not a team player.
No.
Now I do think Shelly sort of made a smart choice, as I mentioned earlier. I think it's smarter to keep Audrey in because now Audrey owes Shelly something.
Yes, she does.
And Audrey's still a target left in the house. However, maybe the rest of the house is going to be mad at Shelly for being selfish.
Ooh.
Everyone, by the way, everyone commenting right now is saying, okay, let's put Clay and Shelly up. Should we put them up together or separate? So it's obvious that you guys watching do not like Shelly.
And we agree with you. We were already saying before the show they should be put up next, but separately, like they did Davon and Jason. Put them on separate nominations so that at least when one goes off, one for sure is going to have to be threatened to go home. So I think we agree with you completely. I just think it's just kind of... I mean, Clay doesn't really have much to say or anything. He's just kind of like, I mean, she's flirting with him. They're kind of flirting together. It just felt so like king and queen of the prom.
It was terrible, and they're like both really beautiful.
Right? Yeah. Like, we hate that.
No, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's just that there's nothing about them right now that is compelling to me.
Me either.
And they bullied people this week.
Basically, yeah. If you don't vote this way, well, I mean, it's just kind of, okay, as they cuddled each other.
On the live feeds after John won the veto, they were talking about, will he use it or won't he use it? And Shelley said to a different house guest, we're going to try to get him not to use it.
I know.
It's like, no, you're not going to do anything.
Right. But she also had for a moment there, she was thinking about Liz, too, for a minute there. She was like, kind of like, I think Liz, maybe she should go. Maybe that should be it. Mm-hmm. It was like these declarations. She made these declarations.
Yeah, I don't know. She rubs me the wrong way.
And it's like, and you should know, but if you watch the show, Shelley, at all, it always comes back around.
Yeah, we're just getting more and more about Shelley, and Shelley was all for Audrey leaving. That's what I hated. Mm-hmm. And the only reason Clay wanted Day out is because she confronted him. That's September M. That is interesting, but I do think that I think you're right and I think you're wrong, because Shelley did want Day out.
Right.
I mean, Shelley was all for Audrey leaving, but more than wanting Audrey gone, she definitely wanted Day gone.
Which is so funny. They were like the three dream team in the beginning. We talk about this, how fast things turn.
I know, they made that night one alliance.
And I'm like, works. And see, to me, and I don't care anybody, this is how I feel, the women always screw up. The men always stay loyal to each other longer than women.
I know, and it's too bad, because in Audrey's pre-interview, before she entered the house, she said that. She said women always turn on each other.
They do.
And it's true.
And it's happening. I mean, and they're all, I also feel like if they stuck together, and this guy just picked off the men one by one, and maybe the chicks that weren't really part of the group, because you know who the sleeper person is, I think actually is going to do really well, is my namesake, James.
He is a sleeper person, but I think you might be right about that.
He's already proven he won HOH once before.
And he almost won tonight.
Almost won tonight. So I mean, he's that little Asian hillbilly. I think he's going to totally go far.
Yeah.
And I think they need to relook at him. But right now he's good. He's laying low, got the country accent. He's not doing too much. And I was sad that Clay and Devon stopped being friends, because I thought it was very interesting. This girl from Inglewood, shout out to my hometown, and then Clay, this big old country boy, that kind of football player Bill. I thought that'd be interesting if they really worked out together, because they reminded me of Danielle. What's his name?
Danielle. Oh, from season 3.
Yes.
Danielle and Jason.
What opposite? Like just looking wise, they're opposites.
Yeah.
Like, you would never think they'd be together as friends in real life, and they worked it out to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think this could be another opportunity of that.
Yeah. I always love weird duos, and I love secret alliances.
Me too. Oh, me too, completely.
I hate that there are never secret alliances, because when there are, it's great. Yes. It never happens.
It never happens. I totally agree with that.
All right, let's see what Alicia says. Make sure they are on the block together at the same time, of course, but one gets backdoored. But I don't see how that would work.
Okay, it couldn't work.
I do hope Clay gets backdoored. I wouldn't put up Clay.
So put up Shelley for sure.
I would put up Shelley.
Okay, for sure.
No, because then it's tough, because there's so many opportunities to save yourself with the Battle of the Block.
That's the point. Battle block, veto, and then all those twists. That's what you have to remember. This season, there's twists. There's maybe takeovers. There's twists. Anything at the last minute can come up.
Actually, I wouldn't nominate either of them, because that way no one can be nominated, and that way, let's
work it out.
So, let's say, fast forward to after the Battle of the Block. Let's say neither Clay or Shelley are nominated. Okay. Even if one of them wins power of veto,
you can do the other one.
Oh, no, because they wouldn't change the nominees. Okay, all right.
One of them wins power of veto. Right. Why would they change it?
Okay, so I would go with nominate one HOH, nominate one HOH, nominate the other. So one of them will be safe, and that's fine.
Right, that's fine.
And hopefully that person doesn't get to play in veto and take the other one off the block.
Now, who do we think, which is bigger threat? Are we thinking Shelley?
It doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
I would say Clay, but he hasn't won anything, has he?
He hasn't. This is so funny. He's big old, strong, strapping man hasn't won nothing.
So I don't think it matters. Okay. I think it all comes out in the wash.
What do you guys think? Tell us what you think.
Shelley's the brains, so maybe.
I think she is the brains. I'm agreeing with you more. And as you're saying it more to me, I'm like, I think she is the brains of the operation. He's just the cute hanging fruit.
Yeah, and without Shelley, I think he'll sort of be useless.
Ooh.
I think Shelly's the head of the Chelly snake.
Yes. And I like that Chelly snake. And that what will happen is if she's chopped off, he'll float to whoever's next that could help him get along, I guess, get through.
All right, September wrote back. I liked Shelly too, but she is stupid for letting Clay manipulate her.
I also think it's the other way around.
And then it says, it's because Shelly is 33 and Clay is 23. Classic cougar. That was Joseph.
Oh, that's so funny. Hi, Joseph. I know Joseph. Hi, Joseph.
And then September says, yeah, but she should know better for the sole fact that she is maybe a gamer, and when it comes down to it, each to their own. Okay, I see. I think Shelly's playing for both of them, though. She's not playing a solo game, which I think is going to hurt her.
Oh, yeah.
They're showmans.
It never. Well, I guess it did kind of work with Jeff and Jordan, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, but I guess. I mean, sometimes they go to the end, but it also makes them a big target. McCrae, Amanda. I mean, they were a target.
The Brenchel.
Brendan and Rachel. Yeah.
Oh, let me start on them. But so sometimes it works and a lot of times it doesn't. So. I don't know why they're not more secretive about it. I don't understand. I mean, I watch this show every season. I say it all the time. Like,
I know, but what are they going to do? Like, they live together. Are they not going to sleep in the same bed? Maybe. I mean, maybe that would be worth $500,000. In fact,
to me it would. But I'm sorry, for me, I might think you're cute and all, but I'll just see you in secret, like in the some rooms here and there. But we're gonna sleep together.
I guess, but like, think about Dick and Danielle. Like, after a few weeks, they got along swimmingly, and they made it to final 1 and 2.
They did. Actually, they did. So, I was rooting for them too. Actually, they did.
It's tough. It's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, I always forget it is a social game. It's a social game as much as it is a chess game, so to speak. And so the social part, that's kind of hard to navigate, isn't it?
It's very hard.
Because you can't leave them.
No. And so much of it really is random.
It is. It is.
Oh, you remember that Kathy Griffin didn't say giraffe? Good for you. Right. Does that mean you're a better player? I don't know. I think there's some people who are better players and some people who just get lucky.
That's true. Okay, no, that is true. Yeah, some people actually, there's some folks who've come in like an Ian Terry, where like they studied the game. You could tell they studied it, and they did make really good moves. Right. But there are folks that just luck was on their side. Like Davon tonight, she got the phone call from the BB Takeover. Right. That was amazing. My heart was beating so fast. And
that was a good episode tonight.
That was the 7th call, and she got it.
Why? Let's talk about that. Yes. Why don't you think she could have gotten those votes? Because for a second, it seemed like she was going to get the votes.
It did seem like that. Well, sometimes it must be editing too, I think. But it did seem like she was going to get them at least. It's like 4 or 5. I thought she had like 5 at least. I thought she had them.
I did too.
But here's the part. I didn't understand why she didn't pick Clay. For 3 people, folks. If you didn't watch,
chose Jackie. She chose Becky and Jeff. I said that too. What about Clay?
What about Clay? I don't understand. I don't even understand what that was even about.
It was weird.
Because she knew for a fact she was going to vote against her.
Does anybody know? Yes. I haven't watched the feeds in the past day, so I didn't know that she didn't choose Clay. I don't know if maybe the feedsters did.
Okay, if you guys know, let us know. But we don't understand what that gameplay was at all. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, kind of weird.
It was kind of weird. But yeah, I think, Davon was very smart, but she played a little too hard, and I think the house guests were getting a little nervous. I think they were like, Meg's really nice and she's really non-threatening. I think that they were at that point they were thinking about themselves.
I wonder though, like Davon, I thought she made good TV, but why was she such a target this week?
I don't know.
Is it just a number thing? They wanted one of those alliance people out, and it could have been Jason, or it could have been
I think they hit something. I think it could have been any of them. And if it had been where she got off and Jason was still on, they would have went after him.
Yeah. I mean, I get keeping Audrey in the house, but I'm not sure I totally understand Shelley's vendetta against Davon.
Yeah, me either. They were nothing really happened between them I could think of, right?
Like I know people are saying Clay was just like upset that Davon went off,
and that was it.
Which, she shouldn't have done that. That was a dumb move.
Right.
But is that the reason why you want to get her out of the house?
Right. And that was it. I mean, it was something really super simple. It wasn't anything extraordinary or complicated. And it was like, okay, well, we want her out now. That's it. And again, Shelley, that was your buddy in day one. How did that turn? I mean, so is she being manipulated by Clay? Is Clay really for her? I mean, I don't see it, though. I see it's her over him. But is it the other way around?
You know what I've noticed, by the way? This is sort of a change of topic, but not really, because what we're talking about reminded me of this.
Yes.
There's so many people in this house that we never see. Meg got like 0 seconds of time tonight, and I'm like, she's a nominee.
Yeah, and also
Jackie, Jeff, James, since he was HOH, has been MIA.
Yeah, Jeff. I mean, I don't know Jeff at all. I don't really know. I mean, I know him from Amazing Race, but I don't really know him on this show at all. You're right. It's like, and Meg. All we got tonight from Meg was her boobs.
Yeah, you said that.
I have to say, when she was up, I mean, it was just all I could stare at. I think I'm now hypnotized and not afraid of flying. I was like, wow, like suddenly I can fly planes now. It's crazy. Just staring at her boobs.
Well, you know what to do before you get to LAX next time.
Find some boobs. Find some good boobs.
But I'm excited for Vanessa and Austin to be HOH because at least we'll get to see a little more of them.
Yeah, that was a good HOH.
I feel like you and I have said the names Clay, Devon, Jason, and Shelly over and over again tonight, and none of the other names.
So Vanessa is a poker player, and so she had a little bit of a storyline, kind of a couple of times. She was part of that the house meeting because Vanessa was like, well, no, you said that, not me. So she kind of wasn't. But she said, I'm going to sit back and let it all just kind of happen. Yeah. So she was smart, and then of course. She was, and then she kind of came a little later where they were thinking about maybe putting her on the block, and not going on either. So, but she had a little bit going on, and I kind of know her a little bit because I'm thinking the poker stuff. So she's trying to lay low, talk to people, be friendly, assess the situation. Because when she first came in, she was asking people all these questions.
Yes.
I thought it was smart.
Yes.
I came in, I'm part of the second group, so I'm going to come in and talk to people. So I think she's one to watch. She is one, but you're right, she didn't get that much time, but she got a little more than, Jackie, Jeff. They're Amazing Race people. They're not getting any.
It's weird.
Unless they're nominated. Well, Jackie was nominated. That was all her. That was her airtime. So I guess, are they that boring on the feeds? Are they that boring? They're not doing nothing.
The Jeff and Jackie are, in my opinion, boring, and I think feedsters think that too.
Okay, so they're not really doing much on there at all. No. But James was surprised not showing more of him.
James, yeah, that's interesting.
He's an interesting character, I think.
I hope those characters come to life this week.
Right, because they show John all the time.
I mean,
he's
crazy.
I am, because Lauren said she started to like him a little bit too last night. Okay, I'm starting to like him now.
I know. I did not like him at first, though.
Not at all. He always screams.
That's the fun thing about Big Brother. You change your mind a million times a week. Alyssa, whatever your name is, you can comment and tell me how to pronounce it. Says Big Brother overall needs more ethnic diversity. I always felt that was an issue. I agree, and it's weird when Devon leaves and it's like, okay, it's like all white people and one Asian guy.
And not even any Latinas either or anything. I don't think it was Latinos. It's funny because I think I said this to you when I first met you before we did the show or anything. I was thinking it was really funny that this show is all 20 and 30 year olds. Mm-hmm. First of all, there's that. Because usually you always have an older person on the show.
Yeah, Shelly is like one of the older, if not the oldest.
For 33. I mean, I know. It's like, I think she probably. Is Austin?
Austin, maybe. But the point is, I remember thinking, like, wow, if Shelly's the old lady, that's a problem.
Actually, I can tell you.
Oh, you got
I have my papers.
All right, well, look it up.
Okay, so Austin is 30.
Oh, wow, he's young.
He's young. James is 31.
James is 31. Okay.
And then the oldest two are Shelly and Vanessa. Shelly's 33 and Vanessa's 32.
Yeah, so that's what I thought, Shelly.
So it's kind of funny that they all 20. First of all, I thought that was kind of where they cast it that way.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe they're trying to cast it so that it's like hot and young and hip. But it's not really happening that way so far.
It's definitely
not at all.
No, if anything, this cast is maybe playing too hard. I noticed in yesterday's episode, there was one moment of like fun and flirty.
Yes.
And then after that, it was like game again. I was like, wow, there's not any non-gameplay. That's a double negative. No. Everything's gameplay. Everything's gameplay.
He went to college. He does know English.
Yeah, I think so. And let's see here. I saw another comment that I thought was interesting.
But the ethnic diversity, while I was looking at that, yes, I do agree. We like to see what's reflected on our TV screens, of course, when we watch TV. And I'm surprised this wasn't a few more, just others, at least Indian or just something just sprinkled in.
It's interesting.
It is very interesting.
And wrong, I think.
Yes, I agree.
But I do like the cast.
The cast is a little better than some seasons.
Yeah.
There have been some seasons I was like, okay.
I'm glad that they're playing. I think it's a player's cast. No?
It is. No, I did. No, I'm saying that I'm sighing at the same time because it is, but there's also, I think it's hurting them a little bit because it's just so soon. Because the bloodbath will happen later.
Yeah, you're right.
Trust me, when it's like week, 8, 9, I mean, it starts getting, it starts to happen.
That's why I kind of want to see Jeff and Jackie go, maybe like, just because I don't think they're going to be players. But we'll see. Like I said, things change on a dime.
They do.
I edit projects, who just sent us a very nice tweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, hi.
Said each HOH should nominate one of the pair, meaning Shelly and Clay.
Well, agree.
Shelly and Clay would pretty much panic trying to figure it out. I agree.
We totally agree.
That's what we said.
Yeah.
Nominate one of each.
But now, who else should they nominate, though? There's definitely two people that are, I guess, are really pawns. Basically, they'd just be two.
Yeah.
So I mean,
BOB's tough because it gives people an opportunity, like I said, to get off the block twice before final nominees, and also it makes it so that pawns go up a lot, which I don't like.
Well, I also said that this before the show that I don't know much about Austin or Vanessa in terms of who they don't like, what their strategy is, kind of. So who they're going to nominate will be, it's just a guess to me. I don't really, this is one of the first times, like in a couple of the other ones we kind of knew that person's going to go after that person. Like this one, I really don't know what they're going to do. So if they're smart and one of them nominates Shelley, one nominates Clay, then who the other two people are going to nominate, I guess? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the few times.
I know we're talking a lot about Shelley and Clay, but let's see if there are other guesses. And will Audrey be a target this week?
They should be backdooring Audrey.
You think so?
Even though I want Shelley gone and Clay gone, I'm thinking she's cray-cray. She needs to go.
I know, I agree.
Because even though she's good television, obviously, but she doesn't really help anything. She just kind of just stirs things up and is like, I don't know, you guys are crazy. I mean, no, you're crazy. So I don't understand.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. Not, you guys aren't crazy. You're crazy.
Hey, speaking of crazy, can we talk about the twin twist? We don't have much time left.
Yes, the twin twist. See, we love this show so much.
I know.
The twin twist, so...
Day says, slim fast don't work that fast. Day figured it out, which bummed me out that she was leaving because I was just starting to warm up to her. And then she told Jason, they told Jeff, Jackie, Meg, Steve, then Clay, and then Shelley come down. Everybody's looking at the memory wall. Everyone's trying to figure it out. And then Day tells Liz.
I know.
But she shouldn't have told the house. I'm so glad Julie grilled her on that.
Yeah, you said that. He said, actually, we were watching it, and Johnny said that, and I was like, I guess you're right, because I was like, maybe it will work. But no, she should have kept it to herself.
If she had kept it to herself, I mean truly to herself, not even Jason, because I think Jason has a loud mouth, and gone up to Liz and said, hey, you're a twin.
Right.
I'm not going to expose you. I'll let you keep playing. I will let you and your twin get into the house and play together.
Yes.
I'm giving you a gift. I need
I won't come after you. I won't come after you if I get you. Nothing. Just like, let's work together.
Then she would have had at least Jason, Audrey, and Liz's vote.
Yes.
And Liz probably would have pulled some weight, and Liz would have had to do some dirty work to cover her own ass.
So I wonder if she would have called in. Would it be Steve? No, Steve was too much for the other side, maybe.
Well, Liz could have gotten maybe Austin and Vanessa.
Yes.
Because they're all together.
See, this game is...
that would have been 5 votes. I really think Day screwed it. Yeah. Screwed herself by telling the house.
I agree. No, I agree with you. Once you said it, I agree with you. I do. And so, again, it's this whole season of telling everything.
I know.
They just like, everybody's just diarrhea.
They're over players.
Yes, that's what it is.
Know when to show your cards, know when not to. And you're a poker player, Devon. You should really know that.
But like she said, she thought she could scare her, and she thought that everybody, I don't know. But I give Devon credit because she really did figure it out. Again, smart girl. She figured it out. She saw the skin color was different. They said some things that I'm not going to repeat, of course, that Jason never saying about the weight issue. They went totally there. Okay, first of all,
who's fat?
Thank you. Neither of them are fat.
What do they call her? Chunky or
heavy twin and skinny twin. I wrote that down.
Which one?
Right.
I mean, I agree they sort of look different, but I would not say one. Whatever.
No. I'm like, hello.
Day is smart. Day was working it, but Day showed too many cards, which is ironic because he's a poker player.
Yes, exactly.
Oh gosh, we really don't have much time left.
Oh my God! Well,
that makes me sad.
But we've covered some. I mean, we've covered all the stuff basically that happened this week. So we have an HOH this week is Austin and Vanessa. So it'll be interesting to see what the ballot block happens on Sunday, who they nominate, and then after that, I mean, it's gonna be a really good week. I mean, I just, and I wonder how Audrey's gonna do.
I really do too. I think she might go up. But I don't know that she's going to be the target.
But this is the season of the backdoor. So, I mean, they really are... They would nominate Audrey first, knowing them. And then try backdoor Shelley. And wouldn't it be interesting if they had Shelley and Audrey together?
Very interesting.
Then who would they send home? That's very, very interesting. We've been there before.
I don't know.
Titans are like
Shelley and Audrey, I think, or Shelley and Clay. Excuse me, Shelley and Audrey and Clay, I think would be two good duos. Like if either of those duos are up for final nominations this week, I think that's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I think so too.
You want to officially make some predictions?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yeah,
that's a new prediction.
That's a new prediction.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So my prediction is that Austin is going to nominate one of the Chellies.
Okay.
And Vanessa's going to nominate the other.
I agree.
And then we're going to get Steve up there and Jason up there.
Ooh.
as pawns.
Yeah, my prediction will be that Steve's going to be one of the most nominated people of the season as he's on.
Poor guy.
But he'll probably get. I have to stick to it. But he will always get off.
And I hope he does because he's a player. He's won more competitions than anyone else. So he's at least tied for it.
Yeah, so I think it'd be almost a Janelle situation. They kept trying to get rid of her, and she kept winning. I think she's the most winningest in a row.
You guys, please tweet at us your predictions. We can't wait to read them all week.
Please, of course, we're going to read them because we will comment. We all do. We will comment.
Anything else I missed?
I think we're good. I think we caught it.
There we go.
It was the second full week, episode 6 through 9 of Big Brother 17.
Oh, so good.
It was so good. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. We're going to clap too, right? A little round of applause.
Good job, BB producers. You're killing it. Oh, and Julie Chen, good job. You're looking fierce.
Oh my God, this season she is hot.
She's turning me.
Okay, that's really good then. Well,
no, not quite.
Not quite. You're like,
because Clay's still on TV.
I mean, Clay is really good looking. It's almost his teeth are perfect. His hair is perfect.
All right. Well, guys.
Well, thank you very much for watching us. Where can they find you, Mr. Manganello?
Johnny Mangs. No H in Johnny. I'm not Johnny Mac. I'm Johnny Mangs.
And you can find me. That's so funny. You can find me on Twitter at BlackHopeLA, and then tomorrow morning, as every Friday, you can listen to me on AdrenalineRadio.com at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. My show, Super Organizer Universe Radio. Please continue to like us, tweet us, talk to us, everything on YouTube, iTunes. We appreciate it so much, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the Big Brother After Show.
Mwah! Love you guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.